Hello and welcome to Ndego Farm Ventures. Ndego Farm is situated in eastern province of Rwanda, in the Ndego sector. We're currently doing greenhouse farming of tomatoes. The farm itself is over 21 hectares and we're currently using about 3 hectares to start the greenhouse operation. At the moment we have 4 greenhouses. Each greenhouse is about 1,500 square meters. Like we say, we're starting with 4 greenhouses, greenhouse farming of tomatoes. Each greenhouse is about 1,500 square meters. So we've got 3 on this side and 1 on that side. Down here we have our nursery, and that's where we germinate our seeds in the nursery. So the seeds are germinated there in the nursery. And over there we have our farm structures where we have the offices, changing rooms, general store, where we grade, sort and pack the harvest, and also the cold storage room for the harvest. And at the extreme end we have the staff quarters, and just behind the nursery we have our solar panels. Each greenhouse is exactly 1,500 square meters each. So they're each 1,500 square meters. So this is greenhouse 1, greenhouse 2, 3, and 4. So each 1,500 square meters, and they're all greenhouse farming of tomatoes. Here we are in Ndego Farms again, our greenhouse operation. This is greenhouse 1 of 4 greenhouses. You can see the greenhouse is just at the edge of our farm by Lake Nasho. So this is greenhouse 1. We're just going to take you into the greenhouse. So only authorized personnel can come into the greenhouse. You can see we've got the no smoking sign. You have to wear your white coats. And as you come in, you have to wash and sterilize your hands.
We are entering the greenhouse where we do our operations. So we go to specific beds which are ready, and then we start our harvesting. So when you get to the greenhouse, you check the fruits that have ripened in shape and ready for the market, and then you take a fruit with a stalk which is supposed to be ripening at a different stage for the market. So as you see, you harvest the fruit and then you put in your crates ready for sorting and grading in the pack house. As you can see, we have our growing procedure where we have the red soil, manure, and then we have rice husk. The procedure entails you mix all the things together, and then you get into the grow bags. After you get to the grow bags, you put them in place for transplanting. Transplanting, you do it by wetting the soil, whereby you have the red soil. Red soil is good for the good pH and the acid. So you start from a pH of 0 as you start your growing. You have the wet manure, which is supposed to give supply energy to the plant, that's the nitrogen. And then you have the rice husk, which is porous, which is supposed to take excess water out of the soil so that you don't have humid conditions for any disease to occur. So that's the growing procedure with the Ndego farm. And as you can see, we use a drip irrigation, which have mini valves. Mini valves are supposed to close. If you want one bed to feed, you close one, you leave the other. So the mini valves take care of the closing and opening of the drip lines. And then you have the main line, which is supposed to supply the water to the plants. So welcome to Ndego farm, where we have the agro mixing tanks. As you can see, it's a restricted area. Nobody's supposed to come unless it's authorized. Yeah? So it's a no smoking zone because of the chemicals involved and the fertilizer mixing. We have 2 tanks. The 2 tanks are supposed to take 2 different fertilizers. We have the macros and the micros. Micros are the single dosage fertilizers, and the macros are the doubles. Doubles, it means that they have more than one fertilizer in the constituents. So you have the 2 tanks. Tank 1, you put the macros, and the tank 2, you do the macros. After mixing, You put like 80% of the water. You mix your fertilizer, and then you'll be able to fill up the tank. From there, you will be able now to feed into your crops. So as you see, when we get the produce from the farm, from the greenhouse, we bring it for weighing just before processing. So we have to take the weight in the weighing scale, and then we get the produce from here to the sorting table. Types of fruits, we have first grade fruits, second grade, half ripened, and then of course the small ones and the rejects. So those fruits are put in separate crates so that they can reach our customers, depending on the size and shape of the fruits. So after we do the sorting, we come to our final finished products. This is the cold room. It's a charcoal cooler actually, meant to bring the temperatures down as you bring in your produce. This is the charcoal cooler, which is the cold storage for our facility, which makes the produce much cold before hitting the market. What happens actually is there's water channel coming down so that bring down the temperatures. So we put water in between the charcoal, and then it drops the temperature into some degrees centigrade. Mostly is less than 10 degrees centigrade. So we keep the produce as we approach the market.